All right, everyone, we are here with the first off-season war, and even though the global is not the correct one, it's still on steady ground. Does not matter because I plan on practicing Valkyrie and Quicksilver a lot. So Valkyrie here against Zemo to start off. I have a White Magneto pre-fight here. Honestly, it doesn't matter too much considering Zemo's first medium attack is actually a non-contact. But the basic game plan here is to mess around with combo. So you're going to see me actually invert and revert the combo quite often here since I'm not focusing on just hitting his block. And instead of utilizing a heavy for knockdown ebb and flow, I'm going to use the special 2 and then get Zemo to turtle and then hit into his block while I have the Fury from both the knockdown and from her special 2. So there's our first special 2. He throws a special 1. That's fine. Just need to get him to back up. That's why I only hit him once. Once he backs up, we go and hit into his block. And we start taking off chunks of damage. So we don't have 3 pierce buffs at this moment, so we don't get that instant bleed. It's fine. This is a really smooth, really patient fight. This is actually really why I want to practice Valkyrie. I do actually enjoy hitting into opponent blocks. Almost to a fault. If you see me fight Killmonger or Mole Man, there's a lot of times where they're blocking and I get impatient and I go and smack their block to get them to do something. Here we are rolling up on the second special 2, get the special 1 out, retaliate, go into a inverted combo and throw the special 2. The Fury from the special 2 actually gives us an attack rating per bulwark and pierce buff. So inverting the combo when you can is important. And then Korg here on this next one. This one definitely wanted a White Magneto pre-fight, just so that we can safely remove rock stacks without taking any damage from a medium attack. So parry 3 lights because I don't want to invert the combo. If I were to do a 4 medium or 4 light attacks, I'd actually invert her combo, and I don't want to until I pass 10 yet. Shield's gone, so we can go back to full combos. We'll invert here, and then I'll revert once I get the next opening. And then next combo, I'm going to invert it. However, his rock shields came back up, so we're going to go back to that parry 3 light attacks. And actually, I was in a good position to invert it, so I decided to invert there. We're still going to go back into the 3 light attacks. Get rid of the rock shield before we throw this special 2. And same thing as with Zemo. I'm going to revert the combo before I throw special 2. We're going to throw special 2 while the rock stacks are down. This will take care of ebb and flow intercept. And then since we have at least 1 pierce buff, we are actually going to ignore his unstoppable so we can hit into his block, get the bigger hit damage without worrying about unstoppable. Rock shield's back. Time to parry and 3 lights. Rock shield gone, into a special 2 for the knockdown. Now if we can get him to be passive, I believe he does not get very passive here coming up because we end up triggering that. His AI just does not want to be passive, it's fine. With the Furies and his low health, he gets KO'd. Now, this next fight is Quicksilver's only fight. We don't need a White Magneto pre-fight here. I don't plan on knocking down and actually fighting Chavez while she's debuff immune. So as long as we can stun, we don't need to worry about a White Magneto pre-fight. So here, I've actually been thinking about this fight. I've been thinking about areas where Quicksilver can kind of get fit in. And then I've been thinking about his short game plan as to taking out champions with this health pool range. So we're not going to build to terminal velocity. We're not going to focus on any of that. All I'm doing here, besides eating that special 1, which I correct with the next one, all I'm doing here is building Whiplash as I build the special 2. When I get to special 2, I'm going to end Whiplash with the detonate combo, medium, light, medium, into the special 2, and that trauma and those whiplashes are going to take away about 50% of her health, even with the protection up. What is nice about Quicksilver here against this Chavez is every wither that I place from dodging an attack, and here's the first special 2, and there goes her health. Now she's debuff immune. Here is where I kind of just want to play a bit passive and either wait it out or bait out a special attack, and she's at a special 1 here. But every time I trigger a wither, and I thought I was at a range of that heavy, it actually turns off one of her dimensions. So we don't have to worry about her AI being a pain and just constantly throwing heavies, because she actually won't build any dimensions. I can push her to special 2 while I'm baiting out heavies or special attacks. So pretty safe. Now that the debuff immunity is gone, we build to our second special too. So even with this protection up, it does not take that long, and it is a pretty safe fight for Quicksilver as long as you're comfortable with A, his animations, and B, his dex back. So that one doesn't quite knock her out. We didn't have as many whiplashes as the first special two, but since we have this Fury and we have the safety net of no dimensions, we're just going to knock her out with combos. And does it right there. So there are only a few nodes he can actually take in the war map at the moment, but it's definitely a champ I enjoy playing it with quests. We move on, Valkyries, the remaining fights in this war video. I basically got tired of waiting for someone to come take this kitty Pryde. So I figured, let me go ahead and take it with Valkyrie, and then I see suicides, and I go, all right, should be a lot easier. My only game plan here was to hit into block, pay attention to her power gain. Don't ever accidentally intercept her if we do back off. Obviously, don't get hit. If we get hit, that also creates some prowess. Honestly, if it was not for the passive prowess specials, where when she gets to 4, her special attacks are unblockable, I would have used Quicksilver here, since he doesn't gain any buffs from either the node or the dex. It's still a bit risky with him as well, but would have been worth the shot, at least to try in an off-season war. So, as you can see, going pretty smooth. I was hoping to keep my health bar pretty high, but this special attack I dexed before waiting for the first blocked hit, so I end up eating incinerate damage, and that's going to bring me down pretty low. Luckily, the power sting's there to kind of heal me. But yeah, this is the fight. Helps that she has suicides, as I said. She'll kind of just KO herself. Even then, her health pool's not very big. We would chip away at a lot of her health just from hitting her block. And she's going to KO herself right there. So, easy Valkyrie fight. Kind of a flex, not what I would do. And then Peni here, same thing, kind of a flex. I mean, when Gallon and Hulkling exist, you don't really go this route, but the only way I'm going to get better at using Valkyrie is if I start actually using her. So, big benefit here for Valkyrie, since you are hitting into block and you have those pierce buffs, it's really easy to remove things like Peni's shield. So I'm going to kind of lose track or just play around with my combo, inverting it, reverting it, so on. But once she gets these Spidey charges, I'm going to get her to be passive and just start hitting into her block and trying to remove the sync shield. I believe the protection is coming into play, so instead of us doing as much to the sync shield as we should, without that protection down, we do a decent amount less. So it takes a bit longer with just one pierce buff. But yeah, once it's down, I kind of realize, oh yeah, we don't have to hit into block anymore, and we can start playing around with inverting and reverting our combo to build more buffs. And I kind of get tired of letting her throw special 1, especially when we start getting that power drain on us. So after about the second power drain from having too many charges, and this would be the first. No, it's the next special one. I move on and start pushing her to special 2. But you can see here, even with the protection up, this special 2 into block does quite a bit of damage. I was actually kind of surprised. She's not wanting to play passive there. Actually, we got an intercept, so now we have the node. And the shield's down, so you can mess around with the combo again. I like to flirt with the 10 on the combo instead of constantly pushing too high. The only time I'll push past 20 is if we've already built all 3 of each buff, or if I'm on a node like Hazard Shift where I just can never hit them and it's going to be constant blocked hits. We won't invert the combo until it's ready, until a special 2 is ready to be thrown into a block. There we go, finally got the special 2 out. Shield came back up though, so now we're going to go wear that down. And this was the last planned fight I had for Valkyrie with the paths that I was going to take. And this is all just practice. I feel very comfortable with her and Quicksilver, but the experience in war is definitely going to help if I ever have to use them. Invert the combo. Oh, no, we were too high, so I decided to just throw it. And then Peni was passive. And you can see there the protection not really taking that much off. So Valkyrie, fun. The last fight of this video I know is a no-no with Valkyrie, but it was up. No one went for it. So this Omega Sentinel and Conflictor. Problem with this is that the hits into blocks still build her armor ups. So I'm going to speed this up. And if you ever accidentally attack Omega Sentinel instead of into her block, you're going to end up paying for it with an auto block and then burning to death. So the first death here, I'm actually going to back up thinking she's coming in and she catches me at the end of a dash back. The second one, that auto block actually happens, and it's actually, we spend a good amount of time tearing away at her health. And then the instant bleeds obviously trigger her regen buff. There it is, getting caught. So I'm going to play this faster, as you can tell. Let this finish out. It was a fun war. I was happy I got to play around with these two. Probably going to try and find, like I said, more paths in the next off-season wars to kind of mess around with them and see where they work, where they don't. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and I will catch you guys at the next off-season war.